everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel Bird's Eye Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here then welcome. I hope you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do, and if you're returning, still welcome. You are obviously here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. So today is Monday, it is January the 16th, which means for the United States at least, it is Martin Luther King Day. For me, well, that means a lot of things, but one thing it means is that I do not have to work today. So you all know that when I have a random Monday off of work, I pretty much always jump on here and film a Flosstube video. So here we are, happy Monday, happy January 16th, and today is Flosstube number 43. So I have all kinds of notes, and the notes are the right way this time, not that you could really read that chicken scratch. I had one of my subscribers left me a comment last week, and she had let me know that I still had to flip the setting on my camera that puts things in the right way. So I have a new camera as of my last video, and so anytime you guys see something like that, I truly appreciate it if you give me a heads up. I had watched part of that video to check volume and everything, but I didn't watch the whole thing far enough to realize that it was backwards. So I did a mini test video. This should now be reading the correct way. 2023, 2024. Thank you for the heads up. We'll see how that goes. I had another comment from my friend Carolyn Seaslook Stitch. She sent me a little picture of my bird on the wall there, which will be officially up on the wall shortly because I finally tracked down some of these. These are not, they shouldn't be hard to find, but trying to find these little ones, it took a little while. So I now have these. So these will be put on that. It will go up here. And then maybe the camera will not put as many like tricks. You know, with the depth perception and everything, it either makes my head look really big or my finished piece look really small, and it's not that small. So I did this in the last video and I got a, there we go, like this. And I got a comment and she was like, it's a tiny little bird on the finger. And it really does look like that. So anyway, we will get that fixed. Okay, enough rambling. Let's see. What have I been doing this last week? We will jump right in. So last weekend I didn't get as much stitching in as I wanted to because I had a bit of a tooth problem. At least I thought it was a tooth problem. I had some pain in the side of my mouth that was radiating into my head, and like it hurt. So I've had a lot of root canals in my day. I thought for sure that that's what that was. So I went to the dentist, and the dentist did the x-ray. He was going to refer me to the root canal guy, got in the chair, put in the thing, and the dentist comes back out and he's like, great news, you do not have a tooth problem. You have a sinus infection that has become impacted and it's putting pressure on your roots of your teeth. So quick Z-Pack sent me on my way. He said it completely mimics a tooth problem, but it's not. At some point I got sick, at some point I got a sinus infection, didn't know it, and it just settled there. So Merry Christmas to me, fixed me right up. So I did that. Sold my car this last week, very exciting, well sort of exciting. My old car, it was a Jeep, not a real Jeep as I call it, it was a grocery getter Jeep. It was a Jeep, oh my gosh, what was my car? A Jeep Liberty, there we go. It was a Jeep Liberty, an older one. And it got me through, you know, living in the snow, living in the mountains, all of that stuff. But where I live now, like it's raining right now, it kind of spits rain at you. That's the most inclement weather I get. So this car, it needed a little bit of work done. And it was just more work than what I wanted to put into it, given that I really just need a little car to save on gas mileage and everything else. So sold it to somebody else who wanted to put some money into it. It's going to last them forever. They live in the snow in the mountains. Good to go. So now I am borrowing a car until I figure out what the heck I want to get, because to be honest, none of these new cars really jump out at me. They're all round and buttons everywhere, and I don't know. So for now, I'm borrowing a car, and it's a stick shift. So if you live in my area, steer clear while I remember how to drive a stick shift. My old car, my previous two cars actually, were both stick shifts, and my last car was not. So I drove a stick for years and years and years. I can do it. It's been a minute. So I haven't killed it yet, knock on wood, but I've only been driving it for 2 days, so I'm told it's like riding a bike. We'll see if that's true. Okay. All right. What stuff do I have to show you today? I have FFO. I have one FFO. I have an almost FFO. My pieces for Baringo and the 25/7 piece I've been looking at. So got that. Got some plans. Jump right in. Yeah, we'll get right to it. So in the planner, go. Been doing pretty good about getting my stitches in each day. We are here. So you can see that most every day I've just been doing the 25/7 until the weekends roll around. Short of this last weekend where I had my tooth problem. But hoping, well, today is a holiday, so I have lots of stitching to do still today. In fact, after I'm done filming, I've got just a little bit of errands to run, and then my daughter and I are gonna watch Matilda the musical, and so that means do some stitching, right? So more to come there. But been doing a pretty good job at keeping this guy here updated, so excited for that. Then I thought it would be fun this year to kind of keep track of my orts. So I have this tiny itty bitty little jar with an even smaller little pile. So I'm gonna show this little jar each video because each week these are just little orts. Like I don't take extra floss from projects and put it in there. This is literally just the little tail piece of the string when I'm stitching. And if I have enough left over when I'm done, I just save that piece for something else. So it's not gonna grow very fast, but that's where we're at. That's where we're starting from. That's 2 whole weeks worth of orts. See how that goes. FFOs. I do have an FFO. So I've been watching some Flosstube this last week. Even when I wasn't stitching, I was trying to get a little bit caught up in the land of Flosstube. And I was watching Jackie with Cross My Stitches. She was new to me. She has a great Flosstube channel, but she's doing something really interesting. She is trying to do 52 ornaments this year, which blows my mind, like crazy. But I believe she can do it because the last video that I saw of hers, which I don't think is the most recent one, but the one before, she showed all these beautiful finishes. So she had all these ornaments. She did like rounds, you know, like the little round ornament pieces. So she got all of those finished. She followed Donna Pfeiffer, you know who I'm talking about, the one who has the glorious tutorials. But she followed her tutorial and she made all these beautiful ornaments and very inspiring. So I will link her channel below. That was Jackie with Cross My Stitches. But anyway, she inspired me to start working with some of my pieces and get some FFOs in, because not only do I have a bird wall, I have a lot of random finished pieces in a bucket. Actually, it's a bin. So even if like once a month I get one of those out and I try to do a finish with them, then it'll be fun to see where I'm at when I start with all the little like trying to make it work to the end of the year, just to see how much you improve. So, all right, with that said, we have another bird for the bird wall. This one really is small. So this is only a 5x5 frame, and it's a smidge crooked. I know I'm probably gonna fix it, to be honest, but I really wanted to show it. What I did was this is a Blackbird Designs piece. I put it on a piece of the acid-free sticky board, but when I put it on there, I thought I had it lined up correctly. I think when I was, you know, pressing it out to kind of make sure it was nice and flat, I think that's when I went a little bit astray. See, this side is now higher and this side is lower, so like I didn't press it properly. We'll get there. I'm learning. For now, I love it. It looks like it's larger than that piece. It's definitely not. So if I get these two put up next to each other, it will help out with that. But I like the look of it. I took out the glass just because, well, I realize if it's going to be up on this wall, we're going to have all this light, and I don't really want a whole lot of glare. And with the sticky board, it just wouldn't fit with the glass. So I like the two together. I just need to kind of recenter it, but that is okay. We have another frame bird, which will go up. And this one has the little piece there, so we don't even have to wait for me to put that little thing on the top. So that will be up very soon. Watch for that. while in the finishing mode, or in the finishing mood, I have an almost FFO because I realized when I moved, I didn't bring my hot glue gun. So I need my hot glue gun to fully finish this, but we're almost there, so I'll show it anyway. If you remember, this was the adorable little raccoon. I took it and I just put it on some tacky board. So it's pretty normal, right? Put that guy there. And then I had some of this felt, this like finishing felt. I put it on some tacky board. So it's gonna go like this. And then I have some extra pieces of the wood that's up on this wall here. And I have a piece that it's cut to go beyond or behind this piece. So I just need to get some hot glue so I can hot glue these together and then hot glue this to a small piece of the wood that goes up on this wall. And then that will be the FFO. This is a piece for my boyfriend. He loves raccoons. He also built this wall for me. So I thought it would be very sentimental if I put this on the wood that he used to build the wall. Plus the colors will play nicely together. Can't really tell with this lighting, but it is kind of a gray wall. So it's gonna look really nice with this guy. So I will hopefully have this ready to roll by the next video. I was just excited that I actually used some sticky board, tacky board, and got this guy almost put together. So an almost FFO, almost. Stitching. I did stitching, pretty good amount. I am extremely proud to say that I have kept up with the 25/7 challenge. So it's Stitching 25/7 on Facebook. That is run by Melanie Watkins, who is the Soulful Stitcher. I will link all of that below because this is exciting. I have a keyboard, so I have lots of linking to do. I was going to do that last time, but I didn't have this. Now we have this. It's going to happen. Okay. So, Melanie Watkins, CrossStitch 25/7. Whole idea of that group, if you have not heard, I talk about it all the time, but the idea is to stitch either 25 minutes or 25 stitches a day and to see how far you get. So the piece that I am using, I'm going to switch it out every month, but for this month I'm doing Jack Frost Tree Farm by Little House Needleworks. I'm working on this top block here. It will eventually look like this. I have my awesome little board that I use from That's So Kelly. I love these so much. So I put my floss down here. It's got a magnet here for my scissors and an extra needle if I need it. And then it's got the felt so I can gather my little ort pieces before I put them in the jar. So love that. All right, I made pretty good progress on this. We are right here. So go try to get it to focus. Okay, I got really excited about this teeny tiny little Santa. Look at him. He's adorable. He's not quite done. Like, he doesn't have a head, but look at his little feet. His little beard. He's adorable. I have almost a whole bird. Almost. Got a pretty good amount of this house done. Last time you guys saw it, it had this border and it had like the black part of this roof and dropped the pattern. Maybe a little bit of the brown was done in the house if I remember correctly. So since then I've done a lot, right? 25 minutes a day for about a week. So the only thing I'm not sure I love are these snowflakes. So I am stitching this in the Called For Everything. Let me grab the pattern. Okay, so Called For Everything. So it came with a, I think mine's a 32 count, not a 30 count, but a 32 count Portobello linen. And the snowflakes are done in eggshell. So I know it's kind of a prim piece, and I'm not really a prim stitcher. Like I've been kind of going that direction a little bit. I know I just showed a fully finished blackbird, but that's like my only blackbird. And I don't usually gravitate towards the colors of prim. So these snowflakes to me, like they should be bright white. They should be like sparkly. I don't know, but they're just not speaking to me. I was gonna take them out and see if I turn it this way you can see them a little bit better, but I might leave them in until I have the whole block finished because I don't mind that color white in the house. I don't mind it down below as snow, but as snowflakes I just feel like they need to pop more. I'm gonna leave it till I get finished with this block, but What do you guys think? Should they be maybe in like B5200 or something a little bit more poppy? Or would that distract from the prim colors of the piece? I don't know yet. We're gonna leave them for now. But if I don't love them at the very end, I'm actually gonna take them out and restitch them in another color, which is totally not like me. But this is a piece that in the end is gonna be hung hopefully every year for a very long time, because I'm planning to do the whole piece together, all of the blocks to this in one big piece. So I gotta love it, right? Anyway, great progress on that. I'm really enjoying the 25/7 group. It is really forcing me, not forcing me, but it is inspiring me. I should say inspiring. Yeah, it's inspiring me to get in there and stitch each day. So, and if I can finish that block, that will just be crazy. I'll have one, I'm not going to count it as a true finish because I'm doing it all as a bat, as we call it, a big ass piece, one big bat, so it's not really a finish, but still, it'll be nice to see just in 1 month, by keeping up with it every day, how quickly something can be completed. All right, the rest of the pieces that I worked on were for Brrringo. So Baringo is the pop-up challenge that we are running in the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group. I run that group with my friend Carolyn from CZO Stitch. So every month we have a acrostic and a theme. So our theme this month is confetti and our acrostic is begin. And then all of my pieces that go with my theme and my acrostic are also being used in the Brrringo board. So I did really good the first week by keeping up with the prompts every day. Then work came and the weekend came, so I have some catching up to do today, but I did get some work done on 3 of the prompts. So I'll show you those. Let's see, first one up is, what do we have here? Here it is. Okay, so we have cozy animals, cozy critters. What do I call it? I call it cozy critters, is what I've been referring to it as since I started showing this piece. So it comes from this magazine here. It's an old Cross Stitch Crazy, issue number 22. This one was the prompt for number 14. So our pop-up challenge for Baringo, we have 25 prompts. Carolyn calls the number the night before, so that way you know what to work on the next day. And the idea is to do 1 hour or 100 stitches on each prompt, and then see if you can get a bingo or anything along those lines, or a blackout. It's really fun. I'm behind, but I'm getting close to a bingo, so maybe by this weekend, we'll see. Okay, so prompt number 14 was stitch on something that's going to be a gift. These are going to be a gift when they're done. I'm hoping to finish them as ornaments. So again, it comes from this magazine here. Eventually, currently I'm stitching the penguin. Eventually he will look like this. And let's see. Try to put this away in some way that makes sense. I am right here. So I am stitching this on a piece of 16 count Aida in the color pewter. It is by Picture This Plus, hand dyed fabrics by Stephanie. And I got through all the rest of his adorable little sweater. It still needs the white stitched on there, but I did all of the light mint green color. And then I just started stitching in on the little arm of the penguin. So the sweater took a minute just from counting. There's kind of a lot of counting going on with this guy. That's kind of a better view, but it was cute. I finished and I was like, look at the adorable little sweater. I actually stitched this on the day that I was out from work with my tooth hurting after I took the medication. I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours later, the throbbing and stuff went away and I did some stitching because I'd taken the day off work, so I was like, might as well. And I did a cute little sweater. So this guy is coming up again in the prompts. Well, he's come up a couple different times. I have this piece on my Brrringo board, I think 3 times, maybe even 4. So I'm hoping for a finish on this guy because short of the sweater, the rest of them is going to go by pretty quick. But I'll be working on him probably today while I watch a movie with my daughter because I think he's one of the next prompts I'm stitching. But that's where we're at. All right. Next one up. Next one up was the Adventure Sampler by Sambry Stitches. Oh, let's see. What prompt was this one for? Okay, the Adventure Sampler, I have this one on my board quite a few times as well. So this one I stitched for prompt number 19. It was something that reminds you of your childhood. I grew up in mountain towns, not my whole childhood, but the majority of them. When I was a kid, we moved all the time. Like, we moved a lot. But we did find ourselves for a number of years either living in mountain towns in Utah or up in Flagstaff, northern Arizona, which is mountains. And then when I got older, I also lived in some mountain towns. Like I lived in Colorado. I lived literally on a mountain. I'm just used to the snowy cold and the mountains. So even though I don't live there now, and even though I don't love the snow and I don't like the cold anymore, it's still beautiful and it definitely reminds me of being a kid. So this is Adventure Sampler. It is from Rebecca Murphy, who is Sambry Stitches. She is a great human and a great designer. Eventually will look like this. I got this piece when I was at the Pacific Northwest, what was it called? Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. So I started this piece there, purchased it there at the LNS. It was a whole kit, so it's being stitched on a, I actually realized that the fabric is on the back of this chart. So let's look here. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. This is 18 Count Fall by Be Stitch Me. So my piece is obviously darker than the model, but we are here. Whoop. I should probably move that, but we are here. So I got finished with the mountains. I was actually, so here's what I was going to work on. Stay there, stay there. Okay, so down below the mountains, there's like this little icy river looking thing going on here. You can't really see it in the photo because the fabric is really light. You would definitely see it pop on my fabric. So anyway, there's a whole little stream. But I realized I got this as a kit from Acorns and Threads and they just forgot one. So I'll be contacting them. They have excellent customer service. I know as soon as I send them a quick email and say, hey, I was at your shop, I got this kit, I'm missing a floss. I'm sure that they will send that my direction. Plus I have to order some floss anyway, so it'll work out. So anyway, I didn't have that floss, so I decided to start working on the bear instead. This is supposed to be a bear. My daughter calls it a capybara, so whatever you want to call it, that's what I was working on. I just did my 1 hour. That's as far as I got, but this is coming right back out. Right now I have the Majestic Unicorn on my Q-snap because that's the first thing I'm going to be stitching on, but after that is done, this is the next one up, followed by the penguin, because those are my next prompts for Baringo. So I love Baringo. It's been inspiring me to work on all of these pieces instead of just keeping one up and working on it for a long time, which also has its perks, right? Because then I get more done. But this is fun because in the end I will have actually made a lot of progress on all of these. So you will see this one again in next week's video. All right, the last prompt that I worked on was number 7. It was stitch on a piece that is in season. And so far, all of these prompts have been either a magazine piece or a regular non-magazine piece. It could be a new start, it could be a whip, whatever you want to do. We only have a few prompts that are magazine specific. So this one was something in season. Now, I live in Arizona. I don't live in northern Arizona anymore. I live where it's warm. Actually, right now it's not warm. It's been raining. It's been like 50 degrees, which to me is freezing, but not snowy, right? But it's still the winter. So I did choose a piece that has snow and a big wintry theme. So for my piece for what's in season, I chose the Dimensions kit, A Treasured Time. One day, and I do mean one day, it will look like this. Mine does not look like that yet. So, funny story, I started stitching on this piece, and then I messaged my friend Carolyn, and I said, I think I messed this up. I did mess this up. I already didn't follow the directions correctly. I'm stitching this piece with my friend Carolyn from Seasook Stitch, so we both started this together. I think it was last month. Well, I started doing the stitches, and I've never stitched a dimensions kit. So I didn't realize, like, I thought that I read the directions right, but I didn't. So I didn't realize that there were so many things that not only had blended colors, but it was like not just 1 and 1, right? Like a blue and a gray strand. It was like 2 blues and 3 grays, 1 blue and 2 grays, right? So it was like all these different amounts of floss pieces, and some of them were half stitches, some of them were whole stitches. I noticed that, but I don't know. I paid no attention apparently. So when I started to do my first stitches on it, I saw that it was blended. So I did 1 gray and 1 blue, and I did a full X. So I started doing that, and then I went to pull the next one, and then I realized if I looked above that line, number 1, it should have only been a half stitch, and number 2, it should have been like 5 pieces of floss. So anyway, I messaged Carolyn, and she said, oh, that's how I'm gonna stitch mine anyway. And so then we started talking about it, and I was like, oh, that must be why it's called dimensions, right? To give you different dimensions in the pattern. Then I watched her Flosstube video, and I swear she said the exact same thing. Like, if I had watched her Flosstube video, I could have skipped through all of that, but I don't know. It made me laugh. So anyway, I'm stitching all of mine with 2 pieces of floss, whether it's blended, like 1 and 1, or just regular, and it's all gonna be 2 over 2 full crosses. Forget the dimensions. It will be gorgeous either way. Maybe I'll do the next one the right way, but probably not. Anyway, I'm stitching mine on a piece of color and cotton. It is from the Fabric of the Month Club from October 2020 in the color Harbor Gray. It's a Belfast 32 count. And I am right behind it. I am right here. So last time you guys saw this, I had done like this little bit. So I did the rest of this and some of this white. I'm assuming it's white. I don't know. It might be blended. It might be like white and cream, or white and white, white and off-white. I don't know. But that's where I'm at. So slowly but surely, I'm excited to see this piece come to life. And just to make sure that I work on this a lot, I actually added this to my Year of WIPs. Clearly, I'm not going to finish this year. At least probably not. I mean, you never know. Highly doubt it. Highly doubt I'm finishing this. But I put it on my board because I want to make sure that I put a concentrated effort into pulling this out every other month or so. For this month, this piece is on my Baringo board, I think 3 times. So you will see it again, maybe not in the next video, but the one after that. Because I don't think I have this in my current prompts I'm getting caught up on. So that is where we are at, or where we are at for that. Okay, quick giveaway. So I didn't realize, clearly I'm out of practice. In my last video, I said that the word would be koi for the giveaway. I was giving away this chart here. It is by the Vickery collection. It is called Koi Koi Koi. Very pretty, very colorful. I just will never stitch it. So I said that the word would be koi. Then I realized everyone was either putting koi, C-O-Y, or koi, K-O-I. So luckily, I don't have a bajillion subscribers. There wasn't a ton of comments. So it was very simple for me just to go through and pull everyone who said either koi, C-O-Y, or koi, K-O-I, and I just typed you out on a quick little Word doc and then did the random generator for the number, and that's how we got the winner. So next time, I'll be specific on the word and the spelling. For this time, the winner is, stand by, Heather Gingold, G-I-N-G-O-L-D. Heather Gingold. Sorry if I butchered that. But you have won this. So if you will either, you can send me an email to, the email address is birdseyestitches@gmail.com. I will put that in the description box. This is an email address I've had since I started this Flosstube channel. I don't think I've even opened the email in like a year because life, but now we're going back to it. So send me your address at that email address. I will link it below. Or if you are on Instagram, you can find me there. You can send me a message there. Or on Facebook, if you're part of the Magazine Monthly Challenge group, you can always send me a message there as well. But anyway, I just need your address, and I will get this mailed out. We have that. I got my P.O. box. I officially got my key, so I'll put that in the description box below. I'm very excited for that one. Some of you all that I used to write cross-stitch like postcards and stuff like that to back in the day, be on the lookout for those because I'm looking to bring that back this year. So, all right, giveaway for this week. We'll do the giveaway and then plans will only take a minute because I've already gone over most of them, but I do have a plan for an FFO that I might need some advice on. So, all right, giveaway for this week. This is a Stony Creek collection. It's book 229. It is adorable. It is bears. All kinds of bears. You've got patriotic bears. You've got going on a picnic bears. Happy St. Patrick's Day bears. Okay, this guy is stinking adorable. And look, he's got a little rubber ducky and his rain suit. It's amazing. I really like the Christmas one. Super cute. All of them are amazing. I really love Stony Creek. I just know I will absolutely never stitch these. And somebody else should have this in their collection who's actually going to stitch a bear, right? So, if you would like this and you will stitch this, and you're in the US, because it is a whole book. I mean, it's a small book, but still, it's got a little bit of weight to it. Trying to stitch anything overseas is crazy right now. So, if you're in the US and you would like to stitch this, then let's go with the word bear, B-E-A-R to be exact, bear. Use that somewhere in your comment and I will pull the winner for that next week. So Heather, if you will reach out to me about your koi. Everybody else, if you would like to stitch this, use the word bear in your comment. Be over the age of 18, don't use giveaway, yada yada. You know the drill. Okay, plans. I've already gone over my stitchy plans, but I have an FFO plan. So, let's take this guy out. I was going through my little bin of finished pieces, and I came across this super cute little snowman. Don't ask me where he's from, what he's on a piece of 14 count Aida. I know that much. Maybe 18, no, it looks like 14. DMC, know that much. But he's a cute snowman, right? So I was going to stitch him, I was gonna make him a card, but I don't know, he's too cute. I wanna do something different for him. So I saw, I think it was at Target, they had, was it Target? Yes, it was. So they had these really cute sleighs at Target in their $5 bin. So I picked one of these up. And I was thinking I could put him on tacky board and some type of, I've got all kinds of finishing felts and such from a finishing club I was part of last year. So I know I could do something like that and maybe stick them on the sleigh, right? Like, you know what I'm trying to do here, right? You know, like one of these guys in the middle. But I don't know if it would be better to put him on something and have him be up a little bit, or maybe he won't match the sleigh. I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this sleigh, with it being white, would be a good backdrop to the little snowman if I put him on maybe a dark blue or frosty blue backdrop of some sort and put him on here? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I just know I want to use this for something cross-stitch related because it's super cute. And he is also super cute. So, right? They could go together. I don't know. So I'll be working on that. I'll be putting some stuff up on my wall. I'll be stitching. That's really it. So back to work tomorrow. Back to the normal grind. Speaking of grind, back to driving a car with a stick shift. Try not to grind. That's all I got. All right. Happy stitching, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you probably next week.